Welcome back, guys, to another episode. Sorry for the last episode. My tablet ended up dying in the middle, or in the end of the last video. Uh, we're at the process of putting in the rear tires. We put those in just like I explained. And now, what we are going to do is we are going to build the turnbuckles, or the steering bell crank, not turnbuckles, so we can install the servo and the steering bell crank in the upper chassis deck. So what we're going to need for this is we're going to need both bell crank ends, the bell crank link. We're going to need the two screws for the bell crank, or that hold the bell crank link to the bell crank arms. And then we're going to need our 4 bushings that go in the bell crank arms. So let's go ahead and get those parts and we'll be right back. Okay, now since we have our parts, we're going to take our small silver shoulder screw and we are going to install it and slide it through the upper link. That way we can screw it to the bulk arm. Now this bulk arm is actually the right side on my set, so mine is going to sit like that. So we're going to screw this one onto the left bulk arm. Alright, we are done screwing the link onto the bulk arm. You want to screw it on the inside because the steering links, or the steering links actually come down and screw to this side of the bulk arm, or the bell crank. So now we're going to screw on the right side to the bell crank link. Okay, now we have them both tightened on. I tighten them all the way down and back them off about a quarter to a half a turn to make sure they move nice and smooth and freely. Since they are for the steering, you want everything to be nice and smooth to take the least amount of resistance out of your steering servo. Now we're going to install the bushings. Installing the bushings are pretty much the same exact way as installing them on the axle carriers and steering knuckles. So we're going to dump them out of our bag. We'll grab our bell crank and we're going to slide it right through the top. Make sure it's nice and smooth, like so. You want to make sure it's nice and flush. You're going to flip it over and do the same on the bottom side. You'll need 2 bushings per bell crank, or bell crank arm, excuse me. Just like so. Got it nice and smooth on all 4 sides. Now we can install our links. So we're going to grab one link and it's going to screw right here. We're going to grab another link and that one will screw on the other side. And then we have our steering link to our servo, which will screw on this upper arm. So for this, you're going to need 3 smooth edge screws to screw through the ends of the links into the bell crank. Alright guys, that is it for today. We got the links attached to our bell crank. We got all 3 links. And that is it. You want to make sure everything is loose and moves nice and freely. You don't want any rough resistance. So that is it for today. Now wait for, I believe, the next episode. We are going to install all the electronics onto the vehicle.